Okay, guys, welcome to the ProSport Academy Open Evening. All right, so my name's Dave. I'm the one that's been sending you all the emails. We'll just give it another minute or two for people to come on, if that's all right. Usually there's a 1 or 2 second delay as well. So if you do ask a question, and I might get a little bit later, okay? So, but I will get to it if you send one through. So obviously on the right, you can ask any questions if you want to. I know there's a lot of people that are working this evening, so they've asked me to make this available to them. So I will put it on the website, and I will send a link as well. So if you have to duck out or you miss any of it, don't worry. So I'll just give it another minute or two, and then we'll crack on. Okay, so it's about 8 now, so let's crack on. So obviously this is who I am, Dave. My background is I've worked in professional sport now for going on about 7 years now. First started out as a student in Bradford Bulls and Leeds Rhinos as a student. As I said, I was very lucky to get good mentors. There I came across Martin Higgins and Myron Jones, and subsequently we went on to form ProSport Physiotherapy, the three of us, and obviously we kind of went our separate ways. I went back to Ireland to work in rugby union. Myron now is over in Australia working in Essendon AFL, and Martin's is over in Leeds. So then obviously ProSport Academy was formed this year, and my big vision with this is, I think there's a massive need for this, if I'm being honest. I think, I might take 10 students a year as part of the university, their program as an official placement. And I think a lot of them are shocked when they come into our environment and they see what we do, and it's just not taught in university. And, that's not having a dig at lecturers, because they obviously, their hands are tied. They have to find, that they have to follow a curriculum and stuff like that. So the big thing about the ProSport Academy mentorship is it's practical based, okay? Now, obviously we have to respect evidence, okay? And everything that we're doing, we can justify it through interpretation of the literature, okay? But at the same time, we need to get results, okay? So in professional sport, there's massive pressure on you to not only get a player back or an athlete back, but they also have to stay back, okay? So they have to be sustainable. They cannot break down, because if they break down, you look quite silly, especially, in the media and whatever else as well, and Twitter and all these internet forums, okay? So, there is a lot of pressure on us, so we're always trying to find ways to speed up recovery, okay? So make, almost do the impossible really, and speed up healing, but also, make that sustainable, almost bulletproof kind of body really. And there's a few tips and tricks that I found. I've searched high and low to find these. I've spent a lot of money, of my own money, investing in myself to get to where I'm at today. Okay, I've made a lot of mistakes, and as I said at the start, I was very lucky to be mentored by 2 really brilliant physios who paved the way for me. And then I've gone on, taken it on to the next level for me, okay? So, they gave me a really brilliant foundation, and then I was able to get my thought process in place, okay? Make a lot of sense, see a lot of good things that got results quickly, and then take it from there, okay? And that's essentially what I want to do with the ProSport Academy Therapy Mentorship, is give you a really good foundation, okay? But I also want you to improve my system, okay? So I'm going to work with 25 therapists this year, and I fully expect in 12 months time my system that I'm going to teach you, okay, is going to be even better, okay? Because there's somebody out there that's going to think a little bit different, okay, and just make little tweaks, okay, and I will just skyrocket the results, okay? So as I'll go through here, it's not rocket science. There's no hocus pocusy stuff here. It's built on sound clinical reasoning, or at least I hope it is, okay? And there's some key fundamental elements that we'll go through, okay? So The ProSport physio, as I said, we're a set of clinicians working in various sports, and we still work in various sports all around the world at the moment. Okay, every year I take on one intern. Okay, I train them up. My own personal clinic now in Huddersfield, okay, that's the one I'm responsible for. There is nothing more important to me now with that clinic than word of mouth. Okay, I don't want the clinic with 20, 30 physios working in it. Okay, absolutely chock-a-block, because quality control just goes out the window. Okay, reputation, word of mouth is everything to me. So basically, I won't let a physio work in my clinic unless they've either, spent at least, 12 weeks working with me, either down at the Giants or wherever else. Okay, I need to trust them, and I need to know that the quality is of paramount. Okay, so what we do in exchange is we pay them between £10,000 and £12,000 a year, okay, for a year-long internship. Now, obviously, you're taking a pay cut of 10 grand or whatever, but in return, your CPD and your education for that year is, we'd like to think very, very good. And, your experience and learning from my mistakes, and also you're not just learning from my mistakes, you're learning from my mentor's mistakes as well, which is invaluable, to kind of skyrocket you a little bit. So instead of doing that, obviously you're taking the 10 grand pay cut. What we've decided to do this year, and really what I was going to do, is put it all on video for the actual interns, so that they could actually take it, and it'll save me a lot of time as well, because we're quite busy and stuff, and depending on time of year, and actually give the intern a better experience. But what we've decided to do now is actually do that, but also do one for people online. So, the investment here isn't a lot of money if you're still working alongside it, because the interns that come to us obviously take quite a bit of a pay cut. Okay, so for that year. Okay, so is this for you? So a certain group of clinicians are going to excel in this, okay, and a certain group will struggle. And I'm only interested in working with the people that are going to be successful, because there's going to be a reason why if you would struggle. Okay, and we're going to go through that in a second. So the ProSport way. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through. There's 5 rules that hopefully will make sense to you, and then I'll give you a bit more information about actually what's going to happen in the 12 months. Okay, so rule number 1 is there's no right or wrong way. Okay, I don't have the answer to everything. I can't fix everybody. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I can. We're getting very, very, very good results, okay, with the methods and the systems that we're using at the moment. And as I said, there's always room for improvement, and the system that we're using at the moment is, it's stood the test of time. Every year I spend quite a bit on courses and CPD and stuff like that, and going through that, and every kind of course that I've been on, it complements the foundation and the system that I'm going to teach you, okay? And that's really reassuring for me, because, it makes me know that I'm on the right track, basically. So if I go to a course and go, God, I'm going to have to change everything, that wouldn't be good for me. So I can see with every course that I go to, just little bits can be brought in, 1-2%ers now at this stage, to further improve our results. Okay, so if you think of it, with every one of us, yourself and myself, we're trying to get from point A to point B with a client, which is essentially paying free, a happy, satisfied customer. Okay, now we're going through a lot of country roads at the moment, and what I'm trying to get is motorways. Okay, so just get there as fast as I can safely, but also effectively, so that the pain doesn't return. Okay, because anyone can get someone out of pain quickly, okay, or get these kind of reflexive changes where you won't stay, you'll get this short-term improvement, but you won't stay pain-free, and that's no good to anybody. And that's a real frustration with me, that I hate getting when my players come into me the next day and they're back to square one, because that just means I haven't found the true cause of the problem yet, and it really pisses me off, to be honest, when that happens. Okay, so that's the first rule. If you think you know it all, then probably shouldn't be on this mentorship. Okay, I'm not saying this is the only way, and certainly if you're doing things a certain way at the moment, this stuff will hopefully complement what you're doing. Okay, now do no harm to your client is obviously rule number 2, and everything else is fair game. What I mean by that is I will try stuff. Okay, I've got 30 subjects every single day, 360 to 365 days a year if I want them. Okay, I can try stuff on them in my environment, okay, and see if they work. Okay, and I'll be honest, they have receive some pretty strange stuff that we've tried with them. Okay, so if I see something, or if I've done a course, the next Monday morning I am there and I'm trying it. Okay, I'm implementing it, and I will try it for as long as I can. Make sure that actually this stuff sticks and works long term. Okay, because in private practice it's hard. You see someone once a week, or you might see them twice, in a month. Okay, you don't know really if your interventions or these new techniques are effective. So kind of the stuff we use at the moment at ProSport has stood the test of time in terms of long-term results. Okay, and what I mean by that is, the stuff that we're using now has basically stood the test of time in regards that I will use something, and the changes, the stimulus we give to the player's nervous system will still be there, hopefully, in a month's time, in 2 years' time. Okay, provided obviously there's no new trauma, etc. Okay, so you really do need to be, open-minded to all this stuff. Okay, and ultimately the client's outcome is the most important thing. Okay, so kind of touching on that there, leave your ego at the door. The patients that I can't get right, or I can't get pain-free, I know every single one of them. I know all their names. Okay, and I'm still in contact with them because I want to know what it is or what I've missed. Okay, I desperately want to know with all of those what's going to make them better. And a lot of them still aren't pain-free. Okay, but if they do get pain-free, I will be ringing that person straight away that fixed them, and I want to know exactly what they've done and what I've missed. Okay, and that's kind of where we need to be at, really, is that, it's not about us at the end of the day, it's about the outcome of the patient. Okay, and I hope you share that kind of thought process as well. Okay, hands-on treatment. That's very, very important. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you, it's 99.9% of the treatment that I do, really, okay, in terms of physical treatment. Okay, so it's a very, very hands-on approach, this 12-month mentorship. I'll be giving you a lot of techniques, a lot of palpation techniques, kind of tips and tricks that have helped me, and I know I'm on the right muscles, right structures, etc. Okay, so majority of the treatment will be hands-on, but as I said, if you're not hands-on at the moment, that's absolutely fine. I'll be giving you techniques. The first actual thing that you'll receive when you actually secure your place is the pre-course content, is the essentials of soft tissue. It's a video course, okay, and it's basically I take you through the body positioning that you need to do, whether you're 5 foot tall or whether you're 6 foot tall, okay, in terms to use your body, use your levers for effective treatment execution. Okay, and I'll talk about that in another little bit as well. Is the execution of your treatment is so important, which I see a lot of physios and a lot of therapists, a lot of students, okay, just it's not up to scratch. If we can get our treatment execution better, our results will be better. So very often it's not necessarily the area that we're working, but it's the quality, the stimulus that we're doing to bring about a change. Okay, and the final rule, okay, and if you're still with me here, then that's brilliant. Final rule, okay, you have to be passionate and love what you do. Okay, so you have to, this stuff has to interest you. Okay, and if you do that, your results and outcomes will instantly improve. Okay, because your patients will see it. If you're passionate about what you do, your patients will trust you. Now, a lot of the feedback forms that I got, in probably 70% of the feedback forms I got, a lot of it was patients compliance. Okay, so patients not following the homework or something like that. And I would argue a lot of that's, the passion that you have, okay, and you getting across that message. So in the clinic, I never, okay, if I can avoid it, I never give a pathology, okay, I never give a diagnosis. I'll have the diagnosis and I'll write it down or whatever from myself, but I'll always focus on what the patient can do, okay? So I'll never say you've got a bursitis, you've got whatever, a tendinopathy, whatever. I will tell them what's causing the problem and what they can do about it, okay, as opposed to giving pathologies and giving diagnosis, because what does the patient do? They just focus in, oh my God, I've got this, this, and this. They'll go to Google and bang, okay? Whereas if you give them a very simple, bespoke problem, okay, this is what's causing your problem, this is what you need to do about it, okay, then the ownership's on them, okay? You put it back in their corner and that's it. They can't go to Google that, okay? So just a little tip about how I approach it. I'm going to go into a lot of this psychology of dealing with clients and getting results as well, and a lot of it is, and I'll show you in a second what I mean, okay? So who this isn't for, okay? So it's not for negative people, okay? I can't stand negative people anymore. I actively remove myself from environments, okay? I just can't be arsed with it at this age, okay? There's enough negativity in the world now, okay, to last your lifetime. So if you are, you know, a generally quite negative person, then please don't apply to this, okay? I'm looking to work with positive people that, you know, again, the last slide, that are passionate about what they do, okay? If you're set in your ways and you're not open to change, then this probably isn't for you. I will show you some techniques here that will be a little bit strange, but they'll get results, okay? You probably won't have seen them before, okay? They don't teach a lot of it in university, but some of it is outstanding, okay? And I wouldn't be able to fix players and athletes as quickly as we could without them, but we need them, okay? So if you're not open to change, then this probably isn't the one for you. Again, don't love what you do, you know, it goes back to the last one, okay? And obviously, you know, you have to be hungry for improving, okay? And, you know, the last point there is obviously, you know, it's not all about, you know, you'll always get one person in a course who just asks questions for the sake of it to be heard, and, you know, it's more of a comment than a question to show people what they know. You know, I'll be listening to everything you're saying, and I'll be trying to improve my system. As I said, I'm all open for constructive criticism, and I need it on the system because I want to improve it even further, which is why I'm opening the door now, so to speak. But you know, you need to be able to listen as well, okay, and actually hear what's been going on, okay? And if you're one of those up there, then this probably isn't the one for you, okay? And you know, why do you have to be a positive person? Okay, well, this is an email I got yesterday, okay? So it's a London Marathon runner, and this is what she sent me, okay? And basically, you know, the power of positivity, okay, and the beliefs, okay, the beliefs that the patient has and the confidence in you is absolutely massive, okay? So, and that comes across from your passion and what you're telling your patients, okay? And that, you can only have passion and confidence if you've got something to back it up in terms of, you know, you're going to get them better, okay? Every single patient that walks through my door, I know I'm going to get them better, okay? I don't get everyone of them better, but I believe that I can get every single patient better, okay? And that's backed by the confidence that I know that if someone comes in with back pain, I'm not going to give them 2-3 exercises that I've given the last person with back pain, or if I have 4 patients with knee pain today, they're not all going to get the same exercises, because I've got a system that I can identify what's the true cause of the problem, what I think is the true cause, okay? A very, very easy system that I know for certain that I'm trying to get from point A to point B with that patient, okay? And I'm trying to take motorways rather than side roads if I can, but we know it's there, okay? So that's the email there. But she just talks about positivity and stuff like that, and she had the belief that she was going to finish that marathon, and that's so powerful, guys. And that's, you know, you talk about compliance to exercises, etc. She got that. She knew that I was going to fix her, okay? I had a patient for 13 months. I treated him, okay? He believed that I was going to fix him. He stuck with it, okay? We've went around the house. We've got numerous practitioners trying to help him, okay? I probably end up losing money, to be honest with you, by the end of the 13 months, okay? Because I was pretty much treating him for free then, but I was stubborn in one way in that I wanted to get him right, okay? For the right reason. I wanted to find out what was causing it. And after the 13th month, I probably didn't lose money, to be fair, but you know, I did do a lot of free sessions, and I paid for all the Skypes with the other practitioners. Okay, and we got him right after 13 months, and he believed in me, you know, and he knew, he said it to me, you know, I knew you get me right, which is why he kept coming back for 13 months. And, you know, thankfully most patients and clients aren't like that, but that belief is massive. And you know, that's why we're gonna have a lot of sports psychologists on this mentorship as well, which I'll go about in a sec. Okay, and here's just another one from London, okay? So another runner. And if you're treating a lot of runners, you know you're doing well, because runners, they are like professional athletes. They just want to get back out running as quickly as possible, okay? And if they can't run, that is a major, major issue, okay? So, you know, I love treating runners as well, because a lot of it's overuse. There's a lot of detective work. It's a little bit different to the contact stuff. So this is just one that that lady sent me, and she actually said to me walking out the door, well, I'll probably just run the race. She'd walk 26 miles, you know, because of her coach in the US told her, the week before I treated her twice since she came back from New Zealand. And, you know, I treated her first, and then she walked 26 miles with no effect. Then I treated her the second time. The last thing I said to her is, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think you're going to run really well on Sunday, sorry. And, you know, she was on the negative. I gave her a little positive there, and I was backed by the confidence that I knew what I'd done was going to make a big difference to her, okay? So it wasn't going to, she's not going to feel better and then she walks down the stairs and it goes back again, a reflexive change. I knew I'm getting from point A to point B, and we're making some good changes. Okay, so if you're still here, okay, then this is for you. Okay, so getting people out of pain isn't complicated. Okay, I think we overcomplicate it so much. Okay, and my favorite phrase is do the basics extraordinary. Okay, and that's all we're going to be doing in this mentorship. Okay, and a lot of people just puff through it and they miss the boat completely. Okay, and this system is so easy to learn. Okay, and as I said, we're going to really crack on with it. Okay, so this is my own system. Okay, you might have seen my PB Run Free site, which is mainly for clients and for runners that we set that up, and that's my performance pyramid there, where I'll do things. Now the first 3 layers are what we're going to predominantly focus on in the mentorship for that 12 months. So I'm going to take you through all that. Now, you don't necessarily need to get to the top of the pyramid to get people out of pain. Most people could be out of pain by the first 2 layers, or at the most the 3rd layer. The 4th layer is kind of going into the high performance sports side of it, and obviously the 5th layer is what I call a sustainable athlete. Okay, so I'm going to take you through that in the 12 months with every joint in the body as it relates to this system. Okay, and it's all based on common sense. Okay, when I teach you this stuff and show you it, it's so easy. Okay, it's just like, well, actually you don't need to know all these movement systems, movement assessments. The answer's in a book for you if you want it. I'll explain more what I mean by that, but literally it all comes down to anatomy. Okay, sound anatomy, functional anatomy, how the body really moves. Okay, your palpation skills are massive, and I'm going to teach you quite a bit on that. Easy tricks. It's so easy, this stuff. You just need to be shown it once. You go, why didn't I think of that? And believe me, I was shown this stuff. I didn't get a lot of these aha moments. I figured a bit of it out myself, but a lot of it was shown to me by my mentors as well. Okay, and treatment execution is massive. We need to be treating, okay, and executing our treatments well. Okay, and a lot of people, you're so close to getting the desired result, but a lot of us, I think the hands-on work is just slightly off. Okay, so we're close, but we're not close enough. Okay, and then coaching exercises. So we only really need a few exercise. If you see a glute max is dysfunctional, why do you need 6 exercises for a glute max? You need 1 good exercise. Get really good at coaching that. If the client or the patient can't recruit the glute max in that exercise, then you need to know exactly why. Same with the glute med, if they're using their TFL, whatever. Okay, you need to know exactly why and be able to fix that instantly. Okay, it's so important that we know every exercise we give inside out. If they're not recruiting it, okay, then why, and we fix that quickly and then give them another one. Okay, so if it's better to know 1 or 2 exercises for every joint in the body in the 3 planes of motion than it is for going on YouTube and picking 50 glute exercises. Okay, do 1 exercise extraordinarily well, and it will outweigh the rest, I promise you. Okay, and my library of exercises is very, very slim now. We done that rehab video that we put on the blog there a few days ago, and I'm looking at that now, and I still use a lot of it, but I've taken it right back. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of that stuff body weight now, and just really focusing on the quality. And I was embarrassed by some of his techniques in that now from where I'm at, since I think that was about 5 years ago when we made that video. And I'm looking at some of them techniques now, and it's like, Jesus, I was way off them. But at the same time, I was getting there. Okay, so we'll get that. Okay, who else is going to be helping me? Well, I've been lucky enough to meet some and work with some of the top people in their own environments. Okay, and I'm calling on all my connections. Okay, I've made a lot of good friends, and I'm calling on all of them for this mentorship. So besides myself showing you my systems, I'm going to get my friends, okay, so to speak, to teach you the ProSport system, the holistic view that we use at ProSport. Okay, so some of the people now, these are literally a handful of people that you'll be learning from. Okay, so Alid will be doing a lot on speed work. Okay, so if you've got a lot of running athletes, or you've got sprinters, or you got rugby players, Gaelic footballers, whoever, okay, we need to understand the fundamentals. Okay, and this will be so simple once we go through the physio side of it. Okay, then the S&C side of it becomes easy again, because once you know your anatomy, your biomechanics, your functional anatomy, all this stuff is easy, and you can figure it out in seconds. why that problem happened or why it's happening. Okay, so Alan will kind of put the pieces together there from an S&C point of view. On, I think it's month 8, we're going to have a strength and conditioning month where we're going to cover the ins and outs of it. Graham is the RFU nutritionist for England Rugby Union. He's going to do a talk for me on the nutrition, so people in pain and what we need to be advising, okay, because we need to know what to tell them as well. So, you know, intolerances or whatever else it is, okay. So, you know, if you want to have the full package, then we need to know all these little things. And I'm really looking forward to Graham's talk as well, okay. John's, he works with GB Park and Pipe with extreme athletes. He's an S&C coach, athletic trainer type. Very, very smart clinician. You know, I work with him with some of his athletes, and, you know, he's really, really good stuff, but he's doing really clever, and he's going to do quite a bit with us as well. Carl is the sports psychologist. He's worked with Darren Clarkley, Westwood, and various other people. And when the sports psychologists will all be kind of, you know, it'll be practical based for us. So Carl will give a lecture, but it'll all be about for us, for physios, what can we do, okay? So like Carl gives a great talk on attention, okay? So we've all had patients that come in and, you know, their attention isn't with you at the moment. They're, you know, they won't look you in the face. They're, oh, my old physio done this, so I think it's this, and this. You know, we need to get the patient here and now. We need to calm them. We probably call them limbic, so to speak, okay? Their limbic system is dominant or whatever, which we'll go into. You know, so we need strategies, techniques. The words that we say to patients are very, very important. And then we've also got Doug and Barry. Barry's, you know, he's Katie Taylor's S&C coach. He's worked with ECOS, Exos, Athletes Performance there. He's an instructor for them. And we'll also have some of the top surgeons in the country as well, kind of coming on and giving their points. You know, I'll be lucky enough to sit in with a few of their assessments and stuff. And, you know, I've got quite good access to these guys, which are, you know, I fully intend on giving you guys the access as well. So the actual format, okay, so this, you know, weekend courses just don't really work anymore, I think. You know, this kind of course, you know yourself, if you go on a course Monday morning, everybody's that patient, okay? You learn a technique and every single person is the same thing. You just want to try it out, you know, and I've been there as well. So, you know, the 12 months just gives us an opportunity to drill this stuff. In the first month, you will learn my systems, my foundation, okay, what I call the foundation. And, you know, we'll have that month there'll be quite a lot in it. But once you get that, then the rest, months 2 till 12, is just about execution, okay? So getting that system and delivering, okay? To be fair, you can probably figure it all out after month 1. And then months 2 to 12, it's just all about guiding you and making you really slick. So come month 12, you know, you are really, really sharp. And a patient comes into you, you know 100% that you will fix that patient, okay? And if you believe that, you'll probably be fixing 8, 9 patients out of 10. Okay, so if we break that down a little bit, every month you're going to get a webinar. Okay, so we'll do 2 webinars. We'll do one where I'll teach you parts, you know, how I interpret the joint. So that'll be, you know, just a generic kind of webinar, but very practical based on what you're going to see, you know, in your clinic or in your environment, and as it relates to the rest of the body, okay? Because the body functions as one. We cannot talk about a specific joint, okay, without taking the rest of the body into consideration. It just does not work like that. We know too much these days, okay, and I've played around with it too much, and you know, we'll really make sure that you understand your anatomy, both muscles that have to shorten and lengthen, and they have to work together, okay? So you will also get practical assessment videos. So everyone's kind of saying, oh, stuff fortnightly. I was like, flipping hell, if that was me, I'd want something every day. Okay, so what we're going to do is we will have those kind of formal lectures on, you know, twice a month. But you'll also be getting every week, you know, by the end of the second month, you know, you're hopefully going to have a very, very comprehensive system for the hip joint. Okay, so you're going to have a good assessment. We'll have loads of videos on that of me coaching you, okay, as I use it in the clinic. Okay, we'll have treatment techniques, palpation techniques, okay, and then we'll also have rehab videos of, as I was saying earlier, coaching those 1 or 2 exercises that you need to coach very, very well, and you know these inside out, so that there's no problems, okay? So if a patient is in recruitment or getting the result that you want them to do, you know exactly why, okay? And that's very, very important. Okay, we'll also have the soft tissue algorithms for each joint in the body as well, okay? So our way of assessing, we'll give you all that, and also cheat sheets, we'll call them. So within each joint, we'll also be covering pathologies, okay? So some stuff to look for. So for instance, for the ankle, you know, how do you know when someone's safe to run again? And there's all little progressive steps that I've learned, you know, that it stops you making yourself look foolish, and also it gives you, you know, good client expectations of when they're actually going to be back running, okay, or when they're going to be back doing their sport. So just little bits to look out for key kind of pathology stuff to check that a lot of people will miss, okay, and I'll give you all those as well to make sure that you kind of learn from my mistakes, so to speak, as well. In terms of diagnosis and stuff, this is all a very movement-based approach, so it's not going to be a massive, you know, diagnostic orthopedic tests, okay. A lot of it will be the movement-based system, okay, that we use, okay. And if you don't get bogged down with pathologies and you just look at the person, okay, you look at actually the compensation strategies that they're getting, I guarantee you, your results will skyrocket, okay, because it's so important. It's so easy as well, and it keeps it interesting. So all that will be covered each month. So, you know, in terms of value, don't worry about that. I promise you, hand on heart, we will be over delivering, especially this first webinar. Our first mentorship is, you know, the price we've set it at, you will get, you know, at least 2, 3, 4 times your price work for that, because this is the first one. We are obviously, you know, it's the first time we've delivered this. So, you know, but all the, a lot of the money will be reinvested back into the speakers and stuff like that for this first one. So I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so just some snapshots just to give you an idea of what you receive. So this is obviously your login. This will be the website that you'll come to. Okay, this is what you'll get straight away, okay, and the people that have submitted their applications and their deposits already will be getting their login details for the website itself on Friday. Okay, so you straight away will have access to your soft tissue essentials course, and also your instrument assisted video course as well. We'll go through some techniques. You'll also have access to all my exercise library techniques, okay, so these are all the techniques and the exercises that I use personally with my patients, okay? So these are the actual videos I send to my patients of me coaching them, okay? So it's quite useful for you. It's well worth you doing this for your patients, because then you can obviously get to feel it, and there's that connection, obviously, that compliance and that buy-in does tend to improve as well, we find with this, and it definitely makes you stand out a little bit more than obviously other competitors down the road, or if you want to call them that. So you'll also have access to that. And then obviously month by month, then you'll unlock more and more information, okay? So every month you'll get your webinars, you'll get all your practical assessment videos, treatment techniques, etc. This is the soft tissue essentials pre-course, okay? So this is all about using your body weight, you know, to get effective treatment execution, okay? And again, doing the ordinary things, okay, or the basic things extraordinary, okay? That's all we're doing here with this stuff. And then once the mentorship starts for any particular joints and stuff, then we'll go into the real nitty-gritty stuff so that you can get your results as well. Okay, then this one is obviously the Facebook forum. So you'll have access as well to a private forum group where you can ask questions pretty much 24/7, and myself and my team will be on this as well. So the other physios that work in our clinic and as part of the team, Dave and Shane as well, they'll be there on hand to give you some guidance as well. And this is really useful, you know, if you've got a tricky client. We've had cases before where people have actually, you know, they've been Facebooked us, you know, and I've done it myself with some of my mentors. They'll Facebook while the actual client's there, okay, just get a little bit of guidance. And if someone's online, you know, they will help. And you know, the 25 people that we are looking to work with here will be very open-minded, and I'm very willing to help. As I said, I hope that you know, that comes across. Okay, so obviously your investment, it's £200 deposit will secure your place, and then it's £150 a month for the other 11 months. So that's what we're charging. This first one will be a little bit cheaper, okay, because obviously it's the first one. You know, there may be, like, hopefully there won't be hiccups, but like anything, you know, but the one thing I would say, and I can guarantee you, is we will be over delivering on this, that you will get your money's worth kind of times, you know, I reckon 4 or 5 at least there. You know, we will be going out of our way to make sure that you get everything you need. So that 12 months time, you know, this is, you know, it was well worth your time, not only now, but for to pave the rest of your career, okay? So, you know, don't worry in terms of risks and stuff like that. Oh, it's a lot of money and etc. And I appreciate it is, but, you know, as I said, I don't see it as a lot of money. You know, I was more than happy to invest in myself, you know, 7, 8 years ago. You know, I would buy loads of books, I would travel places to meet people. You know, I've spent a small fortune, as I said, building to where we're at now, and you know, and we're literally going to share it all with you. We're not going to hold it back. Okay, so if you do have any questions, I'll hang on for a little bit. Obviously, you can feel free to email us. So I hope that just kind of gave you a little bit about us. Okay, so if you do want to, you know, if you do want to go ahead with it now, then obviously, you know, you're more than welcome to click on the banner there on the side, and that'll take you straight through. Or, you know, if you need another few days, as I said, we have to limit it to about 25 people, unfortunately, just purely for the quality that I want to get through here. So in 12 months' time, I want 25 people to, you know, at the end of the day, it's like our clinic, you know, they're a representation of me if we're putting a name to it, and they're going to be using our name in 12 months' time. And, you know, we get a lot of professional clubs, etc., kind of asking us, oh, do we know physios, etc. And if I am putting my name to somebody, I want to make sure that they are good as well. So, you know, it just like I don't want the clinic with 20, 30 physios in it. You know, I'd rather have a clinic with 4 or 5 unbelievable physios getting unbelievable results. And that's kind of the same thing with the mentorship, where we're going to have to limit it to 25 for the first one, you know, essentially. Okay, so if anyone has any questions now, then, you know, feel free to ask them. I'll hang around for the next few minutes. And if you don't, okay, then obviously, you know, feel free to email me if anything pops up again. Okay, so there's a few that's joined it late, so you will probably be a little bit behind me in terms of when this started. So you may, you know, if you've asked a question and we've logged off, okay, it's not that I've ignored your question, it's just that there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, so that's obviously one of the drawbacks of getting on late. Okay, so if there's any other questions, then I'll be more than happy to answer them. If not, then, you know, as I said, you know, feel free to hit us up on the email if you want. Okay, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. I hope that was informative, and we'll hopefully see you in the members area.